so cute! Hello romance, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Random Race Hollywood. We are still, I believe, in our lucid dream here with Marcus and the guy in the sewers. I forgot his name. Into the club right next to the bar. I was back where it all started. Wait and see what happens, run towards the exit, do something differently. I think I should wait and see what happens. Right? I knew I couldn't run away. Everything had already happened before, but what if something was different this time? I stood at the bar watching all the faceless bodies dance and shudder to silent music. I gotta blur this. My eyes fell to the rich sweet drink in my hand, which was only missing a single sip. And then when I forced my gaze back up, Chico. Then oh shit. The next moment I found myself walking towards the bathrooms. A hand had slipped into mine, leading me along. But something was different. Nani? Nani? My back pressed against the wall and long fingers pulled at my hair. These memories belong to you, Michiko, not to me. What the hell's going on then? The cold touch of Marcus's wings grazed my throat, light and delicate. The first trinity may be the three of us who've met. But the more important one is you, me, and him. As those slow words rumbled in his throat, my eyes squeezed shut of their own accord. The next moment I felt... Oh, I want him to kiss me. I want him to kiss me. This thing sinking into my neck. Should we complete like the recap of us getting bit? But except this time it's Marcus. No, I want his lips pressing over mine. Instead of the sharp pain that I've been expecting, something cold and dry covered my mouth. It's so cute! Marcus. Except it's a kiss and a dream! And I'm making him do it! He's not doing it on his own accord. Marcus had lowered his head, leaning in for a sudden kiss. It was clumsy, rough, uncertain, and any moment I thought he pulled away. Press forward harder. Hey, let's not be too desperate out here. We're not gonna be too desperate out here. Stay still, lightly returning the kiss. Yeah, let's do that. I barely moved, only tilting my head enough to make the kiss a little easier. In response, I felt Marcus relax slightly. Oh, okay. Am I helping you? His grip loosened in my hair, fingers shifting from an anxious grasp to a slow, gentle caress. Each kiss was oddly stiff, as wary and tense as a feral animal approaching a human. From the way Marcus was acting, it almost seemed more terrifying to him than spreading his own ribcage for open heart surgery. But he didn't draw back. Well, it's my dream, because I'm forcing him. I feel bad now. Slowly, steadily, he let the tip of his tongue trace against mine. And for a split second, I felt his body shudder. Are you doing this, or am I dreaming, forcing you to do this? I'm confused. I don't understand. The abattoir vanished. I felt something pulling me away out of the cold darkness and into the light. This is all non-canon. But when my eyes finally struggled open, I saw Los Angeles laid out before me again. I was back where I started, stranded on a rooftop, stuck between the empty sky and the city. Where I end, Michiko, you began. When I turned to look for the voice, someone held me in place from behind, keeping me from turning around. Close your eyes again. Wait, what do you mean? From your end is my beginning. For now. What? What's going on? As my vision blurred and the world began to slowly melt into something different. Somewhere far in the distance, I heard the muffled echoes of gunshots. They rumbled and crackled like fireworks, dull but insistent, reaching me from all directions. I hope this is like some movie set. Is this the roof he was talking about? The endless booming filled my ears, dragging on for whole eternities. And the world faded into nothingness. Wait. Marcus, are you gonna die? I bolted upright. My bed, my room. Everything looked normal. Michiko! I heard a soft gasp beside me, unexpected enough to make me jolt. Heath? What? How'd you get inside my house? Or my room? You're awake. What a relief. Heath, who'd been sitting on the floor, rose up to kneel beside my bed. Okay, he's not like sleeping beside me. We're starting to get a little worried. Who's we? Wait, why are you here? Huh? How long was I? Why is he here? That's a good question. Why are you here? Charisse wanted someone to watch over you, so I volunteered. How'd you get in my room? I was gonna say house again. He blinked at me, his brow knitting concern. You disappeared earlier this evening. No one saw you go out, but when Charisse sent me to check on you, you weren't inside the room. Was my dream real? Obviously not, because I woke up from it. We went searching for you, and nobody could find you anywhere. Then about an hour ago, I came back to check your room again, and you were right here in your bed, sound asleep. Did you find a way to sneak out? What? But I didn't go anywhere. I must have been sleepwalking, because I definitely didn't leave. I've got no idea, Heath. I just remember having the dreams. What my stats look like? Wow, I'm very Golgotha. Let's be honest with Heath. He's not a danger to me, I don't think. That's strange. His soft voice betrayed an obvious curiosity, although he also sounded slightly uneasy. I'm telling you the truth, I don't know what the hell is happening. If you were dreaming, it's possible you sleepwalked, or someone snuck you out somehow. Maybe I never really left the hotel. You didn't see Markus? I'm not mentioning Markus. I hope I didn't do anything weird while I was asleep. Honestly, yeah. That's like the most fearful thing. Like, if I start sleepwalking, I pray I don't do something stupid. I'm sure you didn't, but if you did, the papers will be very interesting tomorrow, I'm sure. Gotta lighten up the mood, you know? Well, you should go back to sleep if you can. He took a step back, brushing a hand through his pale hair. The sun's almost come up. The sun's almost come up. You were out the whole night. Wow, well, take the extra rest. I can't believe I wasted a whole night. Thanks for watching over me, Heath. This is new content, so I don't have to be mean, Heath. Thanks for watching over me, Heath. Of course, I'm happy you're alright, Michiko. I wish we had a better relationship. His voice seemed to carry a touch of wistfulness, but he smiled sweetly at me anyway. Sleep well, and stay safe on any mysterious adventures. Where the hell did I go? Reaching for a cigarette, he made his way to the door, quietly closing it behind him. What he said must have been accurate, because my body already felt tired again, as if I'd traveled a long distance. And so without protest, I sank back into another deep slumber, this time without a single dream. I am confused. I'm still trying to think of that guy's name, by the way. It's like Leviathan or something. I was probably wrong. When I awoke again, there was no sign of a message from Charisse. Nothing from Markus either. Just the aftershock of that bizarre dream lingering in my head. For once, then I had a completely free night. For once, what? I have a free night, that's all I know. So, despite my mortal lifespan, I felt like I probably shouldn't laze around in bed or watch the entire VHS collection of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That, for some reason, was tucked into my TV cabinet. Instead, something much stronger was tempting me. A meeting with the Golgotha leader. I felt a strange, insistent pull towards him, towards the cemetery. It was like an unseen will tangling with my own. My gut feeling told me I'd be safe. If he'd really wanted to kill or capture me, I'd already given him plenty of chances. But before I went to meet him, I needed speed again. Venturing somewhere potentially dangerous without fresh blood seemed like a bad idea. Drink from Aloysia. Because she's there for a reason. Picking up the phone, I dialed Aloysia's number, and sure enough, she answered after a few rings. When I asked her to come over, she happily agreed, and about 10 minutes later... Oh my, someone has a fancy room. I should come and lounge over here more often. It's pretty nice having housekeeping and room service, I won't lie. I wouldn't mind seeing you more either. It's just a room to me, shrug. I didn't call you for small... Wow, that's fucking rude. It's a pretty nice room. Who needs a dark, gloomy castle when you can have a posh place like this? Silly Dracula. Anyway, shall we, darling? Oh, and if you don't mind, could you lay me down to rest a bit afterwards? I'm sure you have things to do, but I'll leave as soon as the wooziness wears off. Yeah, sure. Taking Aloysia into my arms and leaning down to bite into the soft, rosy, perfumed skin of her neck. Her reaction was noticeably different from David's, more muted and subtle, as if being fed on didn't elicit the same mindless bliss in her. Still, she let out a warm sigh, slowly going limp against me as her eyelids fluttered shut. Once I'd had my fill, I set Aloysia's mostly unconscious body on my bed like she'd asked. She seemed to be snoring lightly, so I decided to leave her and go about my business. Okay. Because Holyfield Cemetery was a little too far to walk, I hailed a cab and settled down in my seat, gazing out at the distant moon. Living in a graveyard was an interesting choice, even for a vampire. The irony had to be deliberate. It shouldn't have been that strange since we were all dead, clinically speaking, but most vampires didn't seem to flaunt that fact. The entrance to the cemetery almost looked like it belonged to a mansion. I reached out to testingly push the elegant, towering iron gates, wondering if they were locked. But they loudly creaked open at the first hint of my touch, all too eager to beckon me on inside. Well, time to meet that dude again. With some hesitation, I stepped onto the little path that wound through a maze of graves. It was dark, almost unnaturally dark, and a thin mist curled sluggishly among the headstones. I couldn't deny the cemetery's haunting beauty, the watchful statues, the towering trees, the rigged lamps that cast an eerie sheen on whatever they struck. Everything seemed preserved in time. Far in the distance, I saw the city lights glowing brightly like electric fireflies drifting through the darkness. My eyes fell from glittering skyscrapers down to the cold gray tombstones surrounding me. The atmosphere of graveyards like this made me feel enthralled, I guess. I can't say intrigued. I already did that one. I stood still for a moment, absorbing the otherworldly atmosphere. I could barely put words to the feeling I had, a walking corpse among the resting dead, so distantly removed from the sparkling Hollywood hills. It was almost like I belonged here instead. I loved cemeteries before, but now, this one seemed to call to me. If only I knew how to answer. What's my stats again? I'm pretty Golgotha right now. Learning the path, I headed deeper into the graveyard, forcing myself to stay on high alert. Everyone seemed either terrified of this man or reluctant to even speak his name. Considering the power and confidence of most vampires I met so far, this was no small feat. But after wandering around for several minutes, I couldn't find anyone. Maybe I'd missed him, or else Shang had pulled some kind of prank on me. There wasn't exactly a doorbell to ring either. Suddenly, I sensed the presence of someone nearby. Like Markus had abruptly appeared instead of slowly growing closer. It's like boom. My eyes darted around to try and spot the source, but I couldn't detect where they were. Until I glanced behind the mausoleum. There, a lone statuesque figure stood with his back to me, gazing up at the moon. The instant I saw him, a chill ran down my spine for reasons I couldn't explain. Something about his presence was incredibly calm and controlled, almost too calm, completely unlike any other human or vampire I'd met. Hello? Hello? My voice came out thin and uncertain, nearly carried away by the breeze, but it seemed to reach the man, who slowly turned to face me. Hi. His eyes dimly glowed like two beacons in the dark, casting a pale golden sheen onto his face. The figure took a few steps towards me. Maybe the wind drowned them out, but I could have sworn his footsteps in the grass were silent. He's floating. He's not even walking, dude. He stopped a small distance away, gazing me up and down with aloof curiosity. At last, with a soft inhale, he subtly nodded. Maybe to himself more than to me. Welcome to my residence, Michiko. I hope its unorthodox nature does not cause you undue distress. He spoke in a quiet, near monotone, his deep voice oddly soothing. I am Andre Zivek. I guess you're the one who sent the party invitation, huh? I had to be joking now. The corners of his mouth curved faintly upwards at my reply, yet it didn't seem quite like a smile. It appears my message was delivered. I am pleased you decided to acknowledge it. Only on rare occasions do I extend personal greetings to Los Angeles' latest inductions. I thought it said abduction. But for you, I chose to make an exception. Everyone seems to be making exceptions for me. Listen, you want something, just get it over. That's fucking weird. But anyway, this is where we are going to stop for today. I actually really like Markus's route. I'm wondering if that was a lucid dream or not, though. Because I can't really fangirl too much knowing that it was a dream and it wasn't reality that he kissed us. And then again, I said I wanted him to kiss us. So I felt like my dream self made that happen. Like, he didn't do it willingly, which... I don't feel happy about. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.